Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mahjong Soul. We're going to play 4-player East game in the Silver Room today. This could be the rank up game. I'm 544 out of 600. It might be the time. I just realized I have my audio off. We're going to turn that on once we get into the game. I know, the game's not the same. The game's not the same if you don't have the audio on. And personally, I actually have my audio pretty low when I'm recording, and then I turn it up in post because I got to focus. I really do. Music's back. You're welcome, everyone. Let's look at our hand. I mean, our luck's been pretty good. We won last game. It's only in the East Room, so you can't be guaranteed to get many points, but so be it. You know what? I'm going to hedge a little bit on the flush here because we obviously have the Red Dragons and the South. Pawning those, and then we have 3 9s already. So, I mean, already we have maybe a toy situation and a flush situation. I mean, it's pretty close now. 3 5 6 8. That's enough shapes right there. And the 9 can even be a pair, or the South can be a pair. Who knows? I'm always down for a flush. The 3 comes, and now we just got to go all in. 3 is easy pair now. Anyway, this is my 3rd video I'm recording today. I said last episode, I'm pre-loading a bunch of videos. Now, this is unfortunate, because obviously we'd love to keep the red 5, but it just may not be the move. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. I'm preloading a lot of recordings because I am going on a bit of a trip. Like, okay, this is when we need to make the decision. And I think the proper decision is to discard the 8 here. We're going to hedge a little bit more because if you really look at what we're doing here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 shapes here. If we can get the Souths and the Red Dragons as triples, right? We have 5 shapes with the 3 as our pair, which means we actually have space to hedge a little bit. The 7 comes down and suddenly we have everything we need, and I think I'm going to discard the 5 and the 3. I know it's a shape that can work. It'd get us a red 5, but I just want to go for the flush. I mean, you got to go for the flush sometimes. Skip this. We don't need it. Now pretty much we're just waiting on everything come together, and our discards look very scary, so people should be afraid of us just a little bit. Anyway, yeah, I'm really hoping this can be the rank up game. Let's pawn this because I just want it to happen. Obviously we're 1 away from the flush right now. The South can easily come out and lock us in, so we'd love to see it. And it's an early flush, half flush, so that's good. And we're just going to keep discarding aggressively, making people scared. In order for us to win in this East game, or in order for us to rank up in this East game, we have to get a lot of points. 60 points in a rank game is kind of difficult to do, all things considered. This sucks because it fits our flush and it's a Dora, but I don't want to be like waiting on that. Maybe if I had like, I don't know, another situation maybe, but there's just no point slowing our hand down waiting for the Dora, especially when we have Red Dragon half flush, so it's a decent hand already. Fortunately, we miss all the doors. The Ron comes. We love to see it, and it's perfect hand. Actually, I think the first half flush ever in my 38 episodes, the first half flush ever. So I mean, that's a landmark situation that we just passed. Maybe that's the title of the video. Who knows? I love when the videos are easy to title. That's my favorite part, is where I don't got to think about what to call the video. I mean, I think I've complained about it like a billion times at this point. That's the hardest part. You know, I can get on, play some Mahjong, yap a little bit, but then when I'm sitting back afterwards, I'm like, what do I title this thing? I have no idea. Discard the East. Let's look at this hand. Interesting hand. It's pretty good. We have a red 5 with 2 white dragons. Obviously the pair of 9s as well. This 5 comes down. And now 1, 2, like 3, 4. I'm going to discard the 1, 2. And you might be asking, like, why are you discarding the 1, 2? Well, I'm just not feeling it, right? Like, let's think about what would really happen in this hand. I mean, we have a lot of pairs, actually. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs already. So we are 1 away from 7 pairs, just magically. But we're also pretty close to a decent hand. right? Like, I mean, not really, if you really think about it. The 8 makes it a lot easier, right? I don't know why I kept the 6 over the 1. I probably should have discarded the 6, but that's okay. The 8 makes it a lot easier because we have 7, 8 as one shape, 5, 6 as one shape, and then these are kind of like 2 shapes. So maybe the 6 comes, and now I'm really happy about the situation because we have either 5, 6, 7 or 6, 7, 8. We're not going to pawn it. We're not going to pawn it. And we are still 1 away from 7 pairs, which I don't know if I would go for. I think we're gonna pawn and open up our hand here. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and we're 1 away already. With not the worst weights. I mean, the 9 can easily come out and the 3 can easily come out. And we have a red 5 as our value, so this is a good situation to be in. Anyway, enough yapping about the game. Yeah, so as I was saying, we need a lot of points in order to rank up. Probably around like 50,000, if I'm gonna guess. I mean, I got around 20, I think, last time. For like 30,000, like a 32,000 victory. So we'll see if it can happen. And if we keep winning, and we won the first hand with the half flush, we're gonna win this hand. You know, it could have been a half flush now that I think about it. But we're going to keep the 9s. I think the 9 very likely to come out, in my opinion, once it's drawn. Because nothing's really going on. The 8s are kind of gone, and one of the 9s are gone, so it's unlikely that anyone's going to have it. This is more tiles. So I'm going to exchange it. It's 4 instead of 3. And I was just talking about how much I like the 9 coming out. We'll see if it comes back to bite me, but I'm down to wait on more tiles. And sort of a similar logic applies here. 2 of the 6s are gone. 2 of the 8s are gone. So the chances that someone's waiting on, or has the 8 in their hand waiting on stuff, unlikely. It's not the best thing to wait on, so it can definitely come out. Let's check the ranks of my opponents. Let's just see how we're doing. 1-star Adept, 0 out of 600. Hate to be them. Hate to be them. Hopefully I don't cause them misery. The 7 comes out, and I'm happy I chose to wait on the 7. And it's a White Dragon Red 5 hand, nothing burger hand, but it puts us a little bit farther in first. It advances the game a little bit. Now this is an interesting predicament we're in because let's say the game ends pretty fast. Let's say someone wins the next two hands. The game ends. Do I run it back? I don't know. This hand already looking very, very good. Let's discard the 8 here. Let's hedge on the east wind a little bit because there's obviously a chance that something can happen here. We're going to pawn it. You know what? We're the dealer. Let's speed up our hand just a little bit. I believe in my heart of hearts that the green dragon's coming right here. And we have a win condition already. It might be a flush if we are given the correct tiles. And that's all we can ask for. I mean, 2 half flushes in one episode would be pretty good. Obviously, we're in pretty good position to accept the Dora in the pin suit, so the flush may not happen, but as a dealer, you just want to get those early wins, and we're pretty close already. Unfortunately, we are missing a pair, so not the easiest thing. Loser 1213 is taking a lot of time to think about their discard. Let's keep the east for the time being, I think, just to hedge on the flush. Obviously, we have the 4, 5, 6 already with the red 5, so realistically, we don't need to hunt for the flush. Realistically, we just got to get this hand done as the dealer. The west comes. Let's discard it. Feel a little bit better hedging on the east, just because it's our seat and prevalent wind than any other winds. So the F1 race is this weekend after the long break. I'm a big F1 fan, and I am a Lando Norris fan. And before you say anything, I understand that he's doing really well right now, but I was a Lando Norris fan like 5 years ago when he was the last team on the grid. I was there before any of you were rooting for Lando Norris. And so for me, at least, that makes me a true fan, and I'm very happy that I chose that decision. It's like a long-term investment, you know? Like when you get into the sport, you gotta choose a team. I'm like, I'm gonna choose the orange team because orange is my favorite color. And it's worked out for me. It is extremely obviously that I don't need any bamboo. It's unfortunate because I chose the wrong suit to go for a flush draw. If I kept the 1-2, I would have had 2 6s, 2 4s, and 2 8s. And I would have had the easiest flush in the entire world. But so be it. Last episode we had the same situation where you discard cards you don't think you need, and you draw cards that make them good. I think it's just part of the game. Just part of the game. The 3 comes, and I think that makes me willing to drop the East. I still want to hedge on the Dora a little bit because obviously drawing the Dora would be very good. I'd probably drop the 9 for it. And then we're, what, 1 away? The 6 comes. Let's drop the 9. This is interesting, right? Because obviously the 5-6 makes the 3 or the 8 redundant, right? So it's kind of a tough thing to have, but we are looking for the pair. So you want to keep these extended floats just so that if we do get the 4 or the 7, we can have a double pair weight, or I guess not a double pair weight, but yeah, I guess it is a double pair weight, I suppose, in a sense. So we are technically 1 away waiting for 2, so it's not the worst situation you can be in. One of which is the Dora, which would give us actually a lot of value in our hand. The 7 is discarded, so only 1 Dora, only 2 Doras is left. It's good to take note of. Discarding the Dora makes me a little concerned about what their hand could potentially be. But they are in a bit of a rut right now. It's actually pretty crazy. They got up to Adept extremely quickly. Now that I'm looking at their page, so they've only played like 15 games. That's pretty crazy. Maybe they're smurfing? Who knows? But why would they be starting at 0 out of 600? I don't know anything anymore. I'm a big F1 fan. I'm excited for it to come back because it's been a few weeks. Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest fan of Zandvoort. I'm dating this video. Yes, Zandvoort is the next race. The 2 comes, and it's tough, but I think the 2 leaves. I think we're still like, this allows me to accept the 1. In pure tile acceptance, I think keeping the 2 is better than keeping the 8, right? Because we'd be able to accept 7, 1, and 4. But I just want to leave the chance for the Dora to come out. And that's just like the biggest thing for me. We're 12 tiles away. Obviously, I would call Chi anyway, but I'm very excited to call Chi now just to get into Tempai. And hopefully we can escape. I mean, ideally, if this hand does end an exhaustive draw. Okay, we're in Tempai now. We can keep the dealer. Or we can just win with the 3 or the 6. Not many of them left, but on the other hand, a bit of a double-edged sword because they could be discarded. Let's just see if we get lucky. Looks like everyone's waiting for like nothing, which is, I guess, fine. 3 or the 6, double pair weight, as I predicted. It's not the worst weight, it's just 1 tile left. Not seeing anything. And please don't call us, I think we're okay. Exhausted draw, 2 Tempai. They're waiting for similar stuff as us. We're going to continue our dealer seat, and fantastic news for me. The video is going to actually go longer than like 15 minutes, which is what I was scared of in the first place. Let's discard the 1. Let's hedge on some of these tiles a little bit. Obviously, the South Dora is nice to keep, but you can never be so certain. It gets discarded early, which is sometimes what happens with these things. And then you just gotta give up a little bit. I'm going to give up on the red dragon, though. Hedge one more turn, 1 or 2 more turns, just to make sure it's not a pair. Although I was playing in person a few days ago, and there was a win door that everyone just like discarded right away, and we were all laughing about it. Sometimes that happens. We get the 1, 2, 3. Let's discard the green dragon now. We're actually, our hand's pretty good. We have a 1, 2, 3. 2, 5, 8, 8, 9. Not the best shapes. 7, 7, 9 is a decent shape. The 7 coming out is nice, and this is when we get rid of the east. Still going to hedge on the door a little bit. Yeah, the east wind's tough, especially as it being the indicator. It's just never going to happen, so unfortunately, we're not going to get the super win this hand, but that's okay. We're going to try to keep our dealership going. We got to rack up the points. Got to lock in. 5 comes down. Interesting situation. Now I think we discard the Dora. Hopefully it doesn't get called. It passes. We're just going to try to make a quick hand. Is this an all simples hand? No. It's a Riichi hand, but that's okay. Yeah, so I was saying I wasn't a big fan of Zandvoort. Let's hedge on the 5 a little bit. Let's discard the 2. And I don't know, like, it's got the bank turn at the end. It's got too many corners. Now, last year's race was pretty good because it was raining, and that made it very exciting. We'll see if it rains again. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not my favorite track. My favorite track is actually Singapore, because I don't know, it's a night race. I like the track. I like Jeddah too, and maybe Coda is my third. That's my top 3. Hopefully you guys agree with the top 3. I would hate for us to disagree over F1 because, I mean, to be honest, I don't feel that strongly about it. I gotta pick a track for the sake of picking my favorite tracks, you know? The red 5 comes. We'd love to see it. Let's discard the 8 here. We don't need this many pairs. The 7, 8, 9 is a pretty, like, it's pretty locked in our hand. And we have the pair of 5s and the pair of 7s. So we don't need 3 pairs. The 6 comes. That's nice. And I think now we're going to get rid of the... Let's get rid of the... I mean, I'd love to get rid of the 5, but it's tough, you know? Okay, you know what? We get the 1 out of the episode. Every episode, I discard the wrong thing based on timer. Let's just get it out. Get it out of our system now. It's just a normal occurrence. Obviously, we'd love to keep it over the 5. I didn't know what to discard, though. I really didn't. The 7? One of the 7s or one of the 5s? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, the 1, you could argue the 1 as well, because you want to accept... Well, no, you don't want to accept the... I wouldn't accept the 4 any better. I have no idea. Okay, the 6 comes, so we're a little rewarded. I clicked on it. No, we cannot start this. The flow is leaving. I clicked on the 5. I swear I did. It's latency. I'm getting my butt kicked by the timer. This is the problem. If you just clock out, suddenly you have no time to think at all. You just gotta lock in so much harder when the timer runs out. It's like, I don't even know if that was the best decision. I mean, probably the 5. Discarding the 5 was the correct decision. Just to, like, get it out of our hand. Does that deal in? It pawns. I mean, I'm just, like, deathly afraid of the flush going on in front of us. So, like, I'm just trying to discard, like, the safest tiles known to man without timing out. So I'm not discarding any circle tiles. So it's probably going to be the pair. We're technically still close, which is the worst part. That after all this, we're still close. We have 2 shapes done, and we have 5 shapes with 3 pairs. All we need is to draw some lucky tiles. Obviously, we'd love to draw the 6 of bamboo. It gets Rond, and fine by me. Our dealership gets stolen. White Dragon, red 5. Nothing to worry about. We're still in the lead by 5,000 points. I like 5,000 as a buffer. All last, lock in. I don't know, even if we win this game, I don't think it's going to be our rank up game, which is unfortunate. 2 red 5. We have a red 5 and a Dora 5. Let's not mess around, okay? Let's not mess around. Let's lock in. 8-9. 7-8-9. 5-5. I mean, it's not the fastest hand by any means. And it's not the hand that we'd like to see to be able to go for all simples just to close it out. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, like, there's only so much unfortunate you can acknowledge before you gotta see the... You gotta look on the bright side. I mean, really. Let's hedge on the wind a little bit. The 1 should probably go eventually. I'm not too worried about Kami in the left pawning that because, I mean, they would have to have a pretty nasty hand. Like, they would have to have a Mongon hand to cause an upset if I deal in, so be it. So be it. I'm gonna lock in. Okay, so we have some shapes. Obviously, we have the 7-8-9, pair of 5s. The 9 comes. We have a 5-6, which is nice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. We have 5 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 shapes. And don't need to chi anything. Now we can discard some of our wins that aren't going to be used. I'm a big fan of F1. I started watching before I watched Drive to Survive, which is, I know, a different experience than a lot of other Americans. But it was interesting because I never really watched a lot of racing. Like, I didn't watch NASCAR or IndyCar or whatever. I just got into F1 just because it's cool, I think. I think it's cool. And then I was explaining to my grandparents, they were like, what is F1 you're watching so much? Because they've only seen, like, NASCAR. And I'm like, yo, it's a lot different than NASCAR. Like, everyone builds their own car. And they're like, what, they don't, like, isn't there, like, a parts that they share? And I was like, no, they pretty much build all the same parts. And then, like, it's like, oh, I have to tell them, like, no, they share engines. And, like, it's the same, like, specifications. So they're like, okay, Kyle, you watch the weird European race cars. We're just going to keep watching NASCAR. It's like, oh, damn, I fumbled the bag. Trying to convince them to watch NASCAR. Okay, what do we actually have going on in this hand? 5-5-6, 7-8-9, I think is the shape, right? Because it would never be 5-6-7, 8-8-9. Like, that doesn't make any sense, you know? Okay, I think this is safe. I'm very worried because they just got the Dora out of this con. Like, my life is flashing before my eyes. They just discarded the red 5 Dora. Excuse me? Excuse me, can we just calm down in this East forehand? Everyone is in Tenpai except me? For the scariest thing? 4 cons? What's the next one? The 6? Oh my goodness. The 9s have got to be safe. I'm discarding the 9s. Lock in. Okay, it's safe. It was almost called by someone. I mean, this is the biggest fold of my entire life. The 5 is safe for the 2 people I'm scared of. So maybe the 5 is gone. East is safe. So that's next. I mean, okay, I have a lot of safe tiles. I'll give him that. I have a 6, 7, 8. I can discard the 9. Sumo. And I'm actually very scared because that might be the end to my life if it's a crazy enough hand. It's Red Dragon, all triplets, Dora, 6 Han. They're not the dealer. It's only 3,000, but it is barely enough to overtake me. That's devastating. That's actually devastating. The con into the Red Dragon Dora is just really unfortunate. But you know what? Looking at their score, I would have only gotten 40 points anyway. It would not have been enough to rank up. So that's okay. It's not the rank up game. Oh, I forgot to click the handy dandy log button. Let's go see. I'm contractually obligated to show everyone all my mistakes after every game, just to show the process of learning in this game. I'm guessing B. Guessing B? B minus. Little bit overzealous there. Let's see how I did. S plus in the first hand. Actually, one of the very few S plus hands ever. Did it play itself, though, is the question. I mean, I would argue not necessarily. S plus, even with the 8 discard, is interesting, actually. This hand kind of did play itself. I think it's fine to go for the flush here. And it sucks getting the 5. It wants me to keep the 5, but it's mixed, right? Actually, it wants me to discard the 8, which I get right, which is nice. And then it wants me to discard the 5. Yeah, now you're definitely going for the flush, and it's just the easiest thing ever. And the hand plays itself, right? So that's why we get the S plus rating. Let's look at our worst hand. Loser 1213 gets the dealer Hanuman Sumo, and we didn't play this hand that well. Let's see why. Doesn't like us the most discarding the red dragon here, which I can see why, because the 1 is like, you know, just hedge a little bit on the red dragon. Little do I know that this is the biggest mistake of the entire game. So I suppose that just serves me right for losing. Maybe I should just hedged a little bit for the red dragon. I discard the right cards for the next 3 rounds. Someone's already in Tempai, which, yeah, they're already in Tempai, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I guess I should assume so. Luckily, I'm never discarding that card. Where do I go wrong in this hand? Because I've gotten a lot of things right. It wants me to discard the 9 here instead of the 8. Is a man not allowed? I guess they're both safe. I said, is a man not allowed to discard the safe tile? No. The 9 is safe for 2 people instead of 1. And it works with the hand better because I can still do 5, 6, 7 pair of 8s, right? So that's what I missed. That I don't actually need both of these 5s. But I end up discarding the 9 eventually. This 9 is probably the stupidest discard I've ever seen because I have safe tiles. I was just too overzealous to like look for them. So that's my bad. I think I definitely would have discarded the 5 or the 9 here. I mean, it's just the obvious decision. And then, yeah, I think, so I keep the 9 the whole time. It's a safe tile. Yeah, I see. So I kind of threw the bag at the end. At least I didn't get Ron though. I mean, that would have been devastating. Anyway, this is the 3rd video I recorded today. I'm done recording today. I have editing to do, unfortunately. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully next time will be the rank up video that we've all been waiting for. Good winning streak so far, so I think it's coming. I upload every day. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like and a comment. I always answer all the comments with a long and arduous message. Just kidding, it's not arduous. It's a loving message from me to my 3 fans. But yes, thank you all for commenting. It really helps. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.